Feel like I'm enough. Trying to be what they need while losing every part of me. And every day just feels the same. Another mask, another name. I wear it like it's all I've got, even when I feel I'm not. I used to fight, I used to try. Now I just let it pass me by. I'm becoming something I don't know, somewhere between yes and no. No direction, no relief, just a quiet disbelief. And I don't feel the weight anymore, not like I did before. It's like everything went numb inside and left me hollowed out to hide. They still expect the same from me, but I'm not who I used to be. I respond, I play the part, but nothing moves inside my heart. Even pain feels far away, like it forgot how to stay. And I don't know if that is good, or just what happens when I show. I've broken long before this day, but I just learned to drift away. I don't resist, I don't react, I just exist and don't come back. I'm becoming something I don't know, somewhere between yes and no. No direction, no relief, just a quiet disbelief. And I don't feel the weight anymore, not like I did before. It's like everything went numb inside and left me hollowed out to hide. Maybe this is what they meant when they said I'd eventually bend, not into strength, not into light, but into something out of sight. And I can't tell if I'm still here or just a shape made out of fear, moving through a borrowed space with no reflection of my face. Is there anything left of me? Becoming something I don't know, but I don't fight it anymore though. No direction, no relief, just a fading memory of me. And I don't feel the way like before, it doesn't hurt like it did before. It's like everything just drifted by and left me somewhere else to die. I'm still here, I think. I don't rush the way I heal. I let it be something I feel. to race, to fix the damage, fix my place. But now I see it takes its time to realign a broken mind. And every step I take alone feels less like loss, more like home. Not because I've made it far, but because I accept the scars. No pressure left to prove I'm whole. I'm learning how to let things go. I'm learning how to trust myself again, without pretending I'm not broken yet. Every part I used to hide is finally allowed inside. And I don't need to be repaired, I don't need to be compared. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, I'm just here instead. I'm just here instead. The noise still comes but fades away. It doesn't choose the shape I take. I don't collapse when it gets loud, I just move through it somehow. And maybe that's what healing is, not fixing every piece that is, but learning how to stand and stay without running from the pain. Not perfect, not untouched, but I've learned I am enough. I'm learning how to trust myself again, without pretending I'm not broken yet. Every part I used to hide is finally allowed inside. And I don't need to be repaired, I don't need to be compared. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, I'm just here instead. Maybe strength is just this space where I don't need to escape from who I was or what I felt. I just accept the hand I've dealt, and in that acceptance I see I was never less than me, just someone learning how to live without needing to forgive. I am here, I am safe. I'm learning how to trust myself again, not trying to erase where I've been. Every piece I thought was gone was just where I belong. And I don't need to be repaired, I don't need to be compared. I'm not behind, I'm not ahead, I'm finally here instead. I am here, and I am enough. Don't feel the need to explain myself anymore. shape just to avoid another break. But every version I became still carried someone else's name. And I got tired of the chase, of trying to be in the right place, when every place I tried to fit still never really felt like it. So I stopped asking for a sign to tell me when I'm doing fine. I don't live for expectations anymore. I don't knock on that locked door. If they don't see what I became, that's no longer mine to claim. I'm not adjusting who I am to fit inside their shifting hands. I finally learned to understand I belong to where I stand. There's a quiet in my mind that I never thought I'd find. Not empty, not erased, just no longer in a race. And I can breathe without the weight of trying to participate in a version of myself built for someone else's help. No more shrinking to survive. I choose to be alive. I don't live for expectations anymore. I don't knock on that locked door. If they don't see what I became, that's no longer mine to claim. I'm not adjusting who I am to fit inside their shifting hands. I finally learned to understand I belong to where I stand. Maybe I was never wrong, just silenced for far too long. And everything I tried to be was never really meant for me. So I release it, let it go. The need for them to say I've known. I don't need their eyes to see what I already know in me. I am here. I am here. I am here. I don't live for expectations anymore. I walked away from what I was before. If they don't see what I became, that's no longer mine to claim. I'm not adjusting who I am to fit inside their shifting hands. I finally learned to understand I belong to where I stand. I belong here as I stopped apologizing for existing like I owe the world my justice. Pieces I gave whole, still somehow it wasn't enough at all. Every time I tried to be, it turned into a test for me. And I got tired of passing pain, just to hear my name again. Like recognition was the price of losing half my life. But I don't need to prove I'm real. Through everything I have to feel, I'm done with living for expectations, done with endless explanations. I don't need their approval to breathe, I'm allowed to just be me. And if they don't understand my way, that's not my burden anyway. I'm not a role I have to play, I'm stepping out of that today. I had to earn every moment I return, but I was never meant to bend until I disappear again. Now I see what I ignored. I was more before the war. I fought inside my own head to be someone they accept instead. No more shrinking to belong. I've been for years inside their rules, inside their fears. But even then I never died, I was just buried deep inside. And now I'm digging my way out without apology or doubt. I don't need permission now to be the person I allow. I am I can feel the weight again, like I never really left the end. inside my head. Even when nothing has been said, every expectation stays like it never went away. And I get tired of the loop of becoming what they choose, while I slowly fade to gray just to make it through the day. I tried to bend until I broke, but nothing ever really changed the scope. I'm done with carrying their voices. I'm done with all these forced choices. I don't know them who I am. I'm letting go of their demands. No more shrinking to survive. No more losing what's inside. I'm not a version they control. I'm finally taking back my soul. I wore the rules like second skin until I didn't feel within. Every be this, be that they gave was just another way to cave. But something in me starts to rise through the fractures in my mind. A truth I couldn't see before. I am not theirs anymore. I can't keep living half alive just to keep their world alive. I'm done with carrying their voices. I'm done with all these forced choices. I don't know them who I am. I'm letting go of their demands. No more shrinking to survive. No more losing what's inside. I'm not a version they control. I'm finally taking back my soul. Maybe I was never meant to be their constant consequence of everything they couldn't be. They tried to build inside of me, but I was always more than that. And I'm not going back to a life that wasn't mine just to make them feel alright. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm done with carrying their voices. I'm done with all these forced choices. I don't know them who I am. I'm breaking free from what they plan. No more shrinking to survive. No more losing what's inside. I'm not a version they control. I'm finally taking back my soul. I am free. I am free. I am me. Always almost never enough. They keep rewriting what I am, like I exist to meet their plan. Every flaw becomes a sign that I'm falling out of line. And I try to fix it all before I even start to fall, but I'm already out of breath, chasing something close to death. this constant test, this endless test. I'm tired of being pushed to perfect, tired of pretending it's worth it. Nothing I do is ever right, no matter how I try to fight. And I'm losing track of me in this demand to be everything they want me to be, until there's nothing left of me. They don't see what it takes away every time I try to stay in the shape they say is good, like I always knew I should. I keep shrinking down inside while they call it doing fine, but I don't feel anything, just the weight of everything. I can't keep up with their pace, I'm just trying to find my face. I'm tired of being pushed to perfect, tired of pretending it's worth it. Nothing I do is ever right, no matter how I try to fight. And I'm losing track of me in this demand to be everything they want me to be, until there's nothing left of me. I don't feel it like I used to. Maybe I broke into. Maybe I just stopped trying to keep up with all their lying, because perfect never ends. It just keeps asking me again, and I don't know who I am under all their endless I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of being pushed to perfect, tired of pretending it's worth it. Nothing I do is ever right, and I've stopped trying to fight. I'm losing track of me in this demand to be everything they want me to be, until there's nothing left of me. I'm still here, but I don't feel like me.